Hello, this is Greg Wagner for Informatics 310 at the U of A South Campus. Today's instruction is going to be how to use SQLite3 for the database assignment. The notes I gave you shows you how for SQL Star Plus, but since I've had a few people asking me how to do this assignment, and if there's any alternative databases, I thought I'd show you how to do it for SQLite3. So for SQLite3, what you need to do is install that. Also, I have a link on the YouTube page as well as on the D2L page. What you're going to do is download SQLite3, and then if you're running in Unix or Linux, you run it through the command line, and also you kind of pick it up through command line and DOS for if you're running on Windows. So what I'm going to do is initially start with starting SQLite3. So for SQLite3, for this to actually run, you need to make a database. So I already made one earlier called Informatics 310. And the reason why I'm showing it earlier is because it takes a few minutes for the tuples.sql files where all the files are to get loaded. And just to make it run faster, I already preloaded a database. But basically, you type in something like this, and then you should get a command line database. Next, what you need to do is read in the files. And this both goes for the SQL Plus Star Plus, which I have the instructions on the web page, or how to do it for SQL here. So you type in .read, and then create tables, which will create the tables for you, .sql. And so also I'm assuming that you're in the same directory as the SQL files that I gave you. You do the read that, and then you should be able to type in .tables, and it should show you what all the tables are. So you should see actor, casting, and movie. Actor contains the actor's name and actor ID. Casting says if it's basically linking between someone's movie and a casting, and then movie will have all the movies. And when you load the next one, you want to type in read tuples.sql. That'll take a few minutes, and you might get a couple warnings running this one and with the previous one, but it should be fine. And so one thing I check to make sure if I have everything loaded fine is I'll type select, which basically this draws out rows. Pick one of the columns, so I'll do star, which shows all the columns, and then from, and then one of the tables. In this case, I'll pick actor. So that shows all the actors that we have in our database. And this looks good, so I'm going to move on to the next portion. So after this, if you type in read create tables, so you can find the command, or read create tables.sql and read tuples.sql, you should be able to have the whole database in there. Next, what I'm going to have you do is you have to create a few different commands. So there's 7 different commands. I'm not going to give you all of them, but at least I'll give you a few of them to start. So I'm going to go over commands 1, 3, and 5. The other ones are hard, but are some of the harder ones, but I want to have you have something to do for the assignment. For 1, what you need to do is list the titles of the movie. So you're going to do the select command, and then after the select command is the column that you want to pick. So if you do star, does all of them. The other ones you can do other ones. So I'm going to do star, title, from, and so from is what table you're going to take this from. The table we're going to take it from is movie. And then end all SQL commands with a semicolon. And so this is going to print out all the movies. Then, so this is basically will give you 1. So for 2, you need to do that with the actors. And then assignment 3, what you need to do is list the movies that have a score greater than 7. So you can look at them and find out what the scores are. For example, if you look at, for the movie, 3 columns are movie ID, title, year, score, and votes. So you want to use the score thing. So it would look something, your command would basically use a conditional where for the score. For the next one I want to show you is, I guess is number 3. So I just talked about that. So I want to do select star from movie where, and then movie, so it's telling you what table to pick from, dot score is greater than 7, and then make sure you end it with a semicolon. Just show all the movies with a score above 7. And in SQLite, if you press up arrow, you can get the previous ones. Also, if there's only one table, you can just type score, and it'll show the same results. The dot movie, dot score are kind of interchangeable if you only have one table, but multiple tables, you do the dot movie dot to designate which table you're particularly getting it from. And then for this last one, I thought this one was kind of hard, but it's kind of an interesting one to do. So, the famous actor Kevin Bacon's been on a lot of movies. So I wanted you to look up what movies Kevin Bacon has been in from our list. Now, for this one, you have to use the join command. So you're going to have to join basically between movies, casting, which links together actors and movies, and finally, and the actor Kevin Bacon. So for this one, what we're going to need to do is use select again. So you're going to select whenever you want to print anything out, and then I'm going to do dot title. I'm going to do a dot title, or I'll make it a little bit more different. I'll do m dot title from movie, and you notice here I have a lowercase. SQL is case independent. So do movie. So basically, what movie space m is doing is basically saying, okay, instead of doing movie, I'm going to do m, and then I'm going to do inner join, and then I'm going to do casting C. So this is basically a link together the movies and casting on m dot movie ID equals, so saying says that equals to c dot movie ID. So it's linking together the casting and the movie databases, and then I'm going to do another inner join. I'm going to be joining together actor A on C dot actor ID equals A dot actor ID, where A dot name equals Kevin Bacon. And you should see for this list, I think you might get some more if your stuff loads better. You get Apollo 13. So what this is doing is printing out the title of basically all the movies that have Kevin Bacon in the list. Even though Kevin Bacon was a lot of movies, it's only one in here. So this is basically saying I want to join together. I'm basically saying the movie ID in both casting and movie tables are the same, and then also the actor ID in casting and the actor tables are the same, and then look for the name Kevin Bacon. And so there's a few other SQL commands you need to do, and then finally for this, to finish up the assignment for the deliverables, make a file, and you can just call it queries.sql, and then cut and paste all the commands that you did 1 through 7 for this assignment. And again, if you need any help, just ask me or email me, or if you want to ask some of your students, put it on the discussion boards. I hope this was helpful, and hope you guys have a great rest of the semester.